Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby. I'm your host, Pokemon. In the last episode, we kind of dealt with Entei and Raikou. Today we're going to be catching the last of the legendary dog trio, Suicune. We will also be taking care of the first of the three legendary musketeers, Virizion. So the way things are going to be working here today, obviously, of course, is we're going to be starting with Suicune because this is where we kind of left off was, the legendary dogs. So we're going to be taking care of Suicune, and the strategy for Suicune here is we want to use Shadow Ball twice, and of course we do want to definitely use Thunder Wave to get the paralysis up, of course. But to get that damage, we want to use Shadow Ball. Apparently, Psychic and Dazzling Gleam's stab boost is too much for Suicune to really handle. It brings it down pretty close to the red, I think, but it's not exactly where we want it to be. We want it to be as deep into the red as possible without it being, killed. So, I mean, look at that. That's infinitely better than what we would get from obviously two Psychics or two Dazzling Gleams, because we'd kill it with two of each of those moves. So yeah, just kind of, Now, of course, because Gardevoir copied Pressure, we don't want it to, potentially run out of moves and then struggle a lot faster, so we're going to switch out and kind of prevent that. Sure, we're wasting a turn that we could be chucking a Dusk Ball, but it's just to kind of be safe so that way we don't have to redo this. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people would go, haha, he killed it because of struggle, and then I'd have to redo it again and again, etc. But for simplicity's sake, people probably don't want to sit here and watch for 30 minutes as we throw Dust Balls at this thing. Kind of just going with the more guaranteed route, I guess you can call it. But yeah, so that's kind of just how this is going to play out. Now that we've got the damage and the paralysis up, all that's left now is to keep throwing Dust Balls until we happen to capture it, which we catch it pretty early. 2 minutes and 3 seconds roughly is pretty nice, all things considered. So, I'm recording this as a Friday, of course. I'm sure that I've mentioned this several times up till now. Virizion is something that you can only find on Thursdays, and there's another day I just can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was like Tuesday or Saturday or something like that. You can get it on any 2 given days of the week. One of them, of course, being Thursday. And I recorded this yesterday, and obviously that was Thursday, so there's that. Technically, it's a new Pokemon now. It's just that for some reason, when I reset the time in my game, 6 o'clock, or no, yeah, like 6 or 7 o'clock at night would be when it'd actually be nighttime. So it only increased it to 2 hours earlier. So I kind of wanted it to be earlier than that, so that way I can wake up and it'll be dark in game, rather than having to wait 3 or 4 hours for it to be dark in game, so that way Dust Balls don't suck. So yeah, I mean, this is something that I need to redo again. So hopefully there won't be any more problems as of this Monday. So there's that. So I'm sure we are all well aware of what we're going to do next. We're going to be going and catching Virizion. Now, the strategy with Virizion is, of course, we want to get it paralyzed. Paralysis prevents it from using moves that would otherwise result in it, struggling. And it counts as the whole status affliction thing, which obviously helps increase your capture rate, or your chances of capture. So I mean, there's that. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this Azumarill that we have. Now, obviously I haven't mentioned anything really about this Azumarill. This Azumarill is courtesy of my Alpha Sapphire. You can find it with its hidden ability, which is Sap Sipper, by using the Pokenav or the Dex Nav. I think it's the Dex Nav. You can use it to find Pokemon that you've already caught, and if you encounter them in succession, you can find them with their hidden abilities. And Sap Sipper is something that's really useful for this fight because I heard stopping Giga Drain and it gaining a whole bunch of health back is very nice. Not to mention it rids yourself of one of your weaknesses, considering it's an Azumarill. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the Thunder Wave. Then once that's done, we're going to be bringing in Azumarill. And Azumarill is going to be using Blizzard. It's going to be using 2 of them, believe it or not. It is only a level 50 Azumarill, so the levels are even here. And yeah. I also have a defensive nature on this Azumarill so that way it can take these physical attacks. Considering this thing also has Sword Stance, not very, you know, and I accidentally misclick here, by the way. That was not intentional. I did not mean to do that. But the actual strategy here is actually to do 2 Blizzards. Blizzard does, I think, around 43 to nearly 50%. It's very close. So it's not a guaranteed or 2 hit, it's a guaranteed 3 from this level range, assuming that its IVs and my Azumarill's IVs were perfect. So, and I did EV train it as well, because it was relevant to the damage that we were going to be doing. So I had to EV train its special attack, I believe. I think I put it in special attack because I have no reason to put it in physical attack. But as you can see, those grass moves just don't do anything to Azumarill. We just absorb them and increase our physical attack for what that's worth, even though we're not going to be attacking this thing anymore. It's definitely paralyzed, definitely way down in the red. It's time to capture this thing, and it of course freaks out. So we get to sit here and throw more Pokeballs. And at least we get the first of this trio done. That will leave 2 more. That will also leave the Time and Space duo. There would also leave the 2 Genies. We can only get 1 of each of those, of course, but it's something that we'll be working on very momentarily. So that should all be fun, right? So with Virizion caught, in the next episode what we're going to be doing is we're going to be capturing at least 1 or 2 of the other legendaries. We're probably going to do like one of the, you know, this trio and then one of the others that I mentioned, so that way it just kind of simplifies things. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.